Hey guys, it's Rambo here. I guess it took me a second to figure out who I was. I hope you guys had a great day today. It was pretty crazy. Usually, I won't show you here tonight, but when the SPY, well, maybe I'll show it to you here. These two dotted lines are yesterday's high and low, or I should say the open and close of the SPY. Okay. So today, it we came and we got up high, and then we started coming down into what I call yesterday's candle. You always want to keep an eye, first of all, what SPY is doing, either coming up or coming down. But when it is in between yesterday's candle, it's called inter-candle or inside trading day. That is when things get very, very choppy, and unless you're an experienced day trader, I would recommend you not making any trades during that time. So with that said, we'll take a look at Fern here real quick. This was my big mistake today. I got too caught up with too many other trades in talking about things. My plan today was Fern and LGBS. And this is an example, first of all, of staying focused. Because you miss out on moves. Sometimes you don't pay for it, and sometimes you do. Today, I paid for it quite a bit. My plan was to get into Fern right away, but as you know, it just took off today, right off the get-go. And then my plan was to get the 930 dip. I should have probably just gotten in right away, but I saw the red candle right off the bat, and I told you yesterday that it might have been a good idea for Fern to maybe take a little rest. So I waited on this to see how far it would go down. Well, what happened instead was it just ripped up right away. I waited for 9:30 for it to calm down, and it just went like a bat out of hell. And so I missed out on the move. I didn't get FOMO. I didn't go crazy on it. It's just I planned my trade, and if the trade, it doesn't come into your plan, you just have to be disciplined and let things go sometimes. What does that mean for me now? Am I not going to get into Fern? Of course not. I'll just wait for a healthy dip, and yep, it would have been nice to get in right down here. But I will get in when I can on Fern. I did it before. I'll do it again. I missed that big surge up here, and I got in right here. I waited. I didn't get FOMO. I didn't get in up here, and I'm not going to get in up here. I'll wait for a healthy dip. Maybe if it comes down to 0.225, a good support, and that would be a good rest. Or not, somewhere around here. I'll wait and see. It might come back down to the blue, and most likely it will come back down to the gold area. Maybe not tomorrow, and this looks extreme, but you remember these deviations go onward and upward, so we just might have a nice retracement, and then I'll get in then, and then we'll move on from there. So I don't get upset about it. You just gotta act like a robot and just look at the numbers and trade by the numbers. But Fern right now looking really, really strong. We could continue onward and upward, but we're getting close to that black line. 99.8% of the time it does not break and hold that black line. So we will have a retracement. You guys have to remember, stocks always don't go up. I mean, the way this looks right here was the way it looked back here, right? Oh my goodness, look at how high, we're just going to the moon. No, retracement. Same thing here, retracement. Same thing here, retracement. Same thing here, retracement. There's always going to be time to get back in, a reasonable time to get back in. Let it come back to you. And if it doesn't, guess what? There's 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 other stocks out there that you could trade. So don't worry about it. And don't fall in love with the stock. That's okay. So that was Fern today. Sybil, wow, talk about a crazy day today. It really took off. And like I said, here we are in the black line right here. And what happens? It doesn't hold. Because 99.9% of the time, 8% of the time, it will not stay above that line. And sure enough, it came right back down. What does that mean for Sybil now? Well, a big topping tail. The OTC doesn't exactly, the candles don't exactly abide by the rules. Usually a big topping tail like that usually means a big trend reversal. You could kind of consider this, I don't like where the body is. If the body was right in the middle here, that would be quite the big evening star, which does mean it is a bearish signal where we could come down. Nothing wrong with that. It was a really good run, and a nice retracement would be nice. Overall, Sybil is still on an uptrend here. And again, with the OTCs, guys, remember that they're not even starting to get going yet. And we see these massive moves. This goes on, through this whole spring and the summer, but they're only heating up. So we'll wait till November. Any time here is a good time to get in. It was just like down here. It's like, oh my goodness, look at these huge moves. I'm not going to get in down here. Well, yeah. Now you think about it. Look where it is now. So have a stop loss and play the dips. I'm not a financial advisor. Go ahead and do what you want. I'm just an old man looking at monitors up in my bedroom here in a dark corner. So, but from what I see here, we're just now starting to heat up with a lot of these really good OTCs, and anywhere is going to be a good position for a long play. Does that mean we're going to buy in here and then just hold out no matter what if it comes down here? No, you have stop losses. A dip comes down, you buy back in, just like what I did with Fern. I make my money, get out, and get back in at a very reasonable amount of time. If it really comes down, I'll put in a good position there and then just let it run and have a bigger stop loss so I could sustain staying in and then buying dips on the way up. So that's something else to look at. So Sybil looking really, really good. On the 15-minute chart, it does look, we did have this big dip again when the SPY is in yesterday's candle. You get things like this. It's just crazy, very, very choppy. We're in a buy area, so that's a good position maybe tomorrow to get in. Probably had quite a few people selling off here, taking profits. Nothing wrong with that either. And then ILUS today. Like I mentioned yesterday, I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback. We did have a pretty healthy pullback here during the day. It recovered a little bit. It did stay above my support line here, which I had on the deviations. That's why these deviations are very, very accurate. I had my deviations set up here. Overall, with this intermediate type of Fibonacci level, we did get close to bouncing off of 50%. So this was not really a nice rest, even though it got down to 50%, which is a good sign of strength. I wouldn't mind seeing the bodies come down here to the 50% line, and then having a nice next leg up. Otherwise, maybe having stop loss underneath certain supports to see what happens, because you never know. Yep, it looks great, but that doesn't mean it's not going to come back down. But again, overall, in the bigger picture, especially with the really strong OTC stocks, ILUS might even be the hottest stock going right now. we're not even getting ready yet. So ILUS is going to be really good this fall. LGBS, another one that I messed up on. This is my mess up day. I'm not perfect. I'm humble enough to, it. Yeah, you learn from me. Hey, look, I made this 40% move today and it was outstanding, or 100%. Well, we have off days too. We make mistakes, and I think that you should know my mistakes, because not only you, but I learned from them also. And I was concerned about a possible head and shoulders right here. Um, but right here, because we came up high and then we dipped down, and I was concerned about this maybe being a beginning of a head and shoulders. But we bounced back really nicely today. But I'm patient. I saw this move and I want to get back into ILUS, or I'm sorry, LGBS. This is where I originally got in, and I made the money on that rip right there. Wait for the dip. I messed up on this one right here and came back down. Now, or about right in the same level right here, double bottom. So did I get in on this? No, because I'm patient enough to wait and look and see what happens. Here we had a big red candle, and then all of a sudden, hey, here we go, another big blue candle, so we're off to the races. Nope, we retraced. Okay, so you don't know what this candle means yet. Yes, it is an engulfing candle. It pretty much erased the previous day's big move, but I'm going to wait and see what happens tomorrow, just like what I did with Fern. I'm going to see if it starts to bounce and go upward again before I make a decision. This is a daily chart. It took all day to create this candle, and it is not a confirmation candle. It's just a sign of a possible bounce. Tomorrow we could start up high, and it could come completely down here again and continue this downward movement. You want to see movement, and right now it was here, and now it's right here. That's going down. So I'm waiting for sign of life before I get back in again. I don't need to get in at the very bottom, and this might not be the very bottom. The bottom might end up being down here. Because again, I like going from gold to gold, and right now we were at 1.5, and a lot of the times it goes from 1.5, then it goes down to the negative 1.5. Well, we got a lot of room here yet. It still might bounce. We have support just above the golden line. That might happen again. So yes, am I getting a little greedy here by trying to get thinking it's going to get down here? Well, that's a part of the game. But I'm going to wait and see what happens tomorrow. If it starts going up tomorrow, depending on if it breaks these lines, then I just might get in. I might get in tomorrow and see if it then will continue upward on LGBS. But it's a great stock. It's definitely something I will be getting into in the near future, I'm sure. So I'm just waiting on LGBS and see what happens tomorrow. If it starts blue, we'll see what happens. Because just like Fern, it took off a little tiny nothing dip and just continued to roar. But if it does something to that effect, I might get in tomorrow. But if it starts red, then I'm just going to let it play out and see what happens. No rush, no hurry. Never be in a hurry to get into a trade. Be patient. Patience always pays off. Patience and good stop losses will always make you profitable in the OTCs and in trading in general. So with that said, I think I will retire for the night. I hope you guys had a really good trading day today, and let's see what happens tomorrow. I hope you guys all do really well tomorrow. We'll be seeing green and enjoying the day. You guys take care. Have a good night.